everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you are well. Today you're gonna get to know me just a little bit better, and I'm gonna share with you guys a little bit of a difficult time in my life where I had to be much more persistent and I had to really focus in order to get over this speed bump, I guess. And I really believe that this situation is the reason why I am where I am today. I've been encouraged to do this by the Be Unstoppable campaign in partnership with Lady Speed Stick to share with you guys an unstoppable moment. A moment where I didn't give up and I was persistent to accomplish my goals. And I knew exactly what I was going to tell you. And I really believe that's so important for millennial women in Canada, hey, women everywhere, to just feel like they can be unstoppable. I think that's so cool. That's so cool. So along with that, I'm also going to give you some tips and tricks of things that I learned along the way that really helped keep me on track. So first, the story. When I was in high school, my one goal was to go to music school. I just wanted to sing. I had no idea what that entailed. I just knew that there was a school that I could go to where I could just do music all day long and it sounded fabulous. However, I wasn't 100% sure of what that entailed until I started talking to my music teachers at the time. One of my music teachers even said to me, and I remember this day so clearly, one of my music teachers said to me, "Are you sure that's what you want to do?" I remember when they first said that, it just hit me. I was like, what do you mean? Am I sure that's what I want to do? Of course that's what I want to do. I've never really wanted anything else but to be a singer, so it really hit me hard and it made me think, do they really think that I can't do this? But I was determined to audition to the local music school in my city, even though it was a classical school and I really knew nothing about classical music. At the time I thought, hey, can't be so different from other genres, right? I've done little bits of classical over the years. It's probably not much different than that. Oh boy, was I wrong. The year leading up to my audition was constant work. I worked so hard, and everyone that I talked to, all my family, my friends, my musical mentors, I guess, all thought that I would get in. All believed that I could get in because I put so much effort into it and I'd always been so involved in music, it just didn't seem like a possibility that I wouldn't get accepted. So once all of the auditions and entrance exams were finished, the day came that I would get my letter in the mail telling me whether or not I was accepted into the School of Music. What a day. I'm getting so many feelings just thinking about it. My mom checked the mail every single day that week until the letter came. When it did, she drove straight to the high school, walked into the music room after school, and gave me my letter. And I opened it there with my mom, my closest friends, and probably my biggest support system at the time, my high school music teacher, Mr. McDonald. I opened up that letter with that gleam of hope still inside, and oh, it was a hard day. I opened up this letter in front of all these people that I admired and loved, and I didn't get in. I got waitlisted, which I guess took away some of the blow, and I called the university over and over again to ask them what could I do, what number was I on the wait list, but I was way too far down to have any hope of being accepted that September. It was around this time that I started thinking about other options. Maybe I should think about some other career paths. But I knew nothing would make me happier than going to music school. I knew that was what I wanted the most. And so I set out on a path to accomplish that goal. And I was determined not to give up. So that year, I signed up for every music class that I could take at my university that didn't require me to actually be in music school. I got a voice teacher that could really help me with my technique in classical singing. I took coachings, I networked with other musicians. The 365 days leading up to my next audition, I had some really awesome days and some really great breakthroughs. So the day finally came for my next vocal audition, and I went in there with confidence, with that little fire that had been lit inside of me, and even I could see a considerable difference from my previous audition. It was a really nice feeling to know that I put so much work into something and I didn't stop, and I just went for it and tried again. I think it takes a lot of guts to do that, and I really admired people who had done that before, so I was proud that I was able to do it myself. I bet you guys are wondering whether or not I got into music school my second time around. I'm sure it's very obvious that I did. Funny thing is, the second year, I was actually waitlisted again, but I was at the very top of that waitlist. So a couple months after I got that letter, I was accepted into the music school. And that just made me want to do it so much more. That made me want to go in there and try so much harder. And before that experience, I don't think I had that same drive. I've never had something that was pushing me so hard, and that has carried with me through my entire life up to this point. And it's also the reason why my YouTube channel is the way it is. When I started this, I was determined to keep going, and the more and more work that I put into it, the more rewarding it is. And I think the same goes for anything and anyone. So throughout that journey, I definitely learned a thing or two to keep me on track. And I'm going to share them with you all today. The first I use all the time, and it helps me so much. And that is to create visual references of motivational quotes and things that you want to do on a daily basis. And you want to write these down in a place where you're going to see them every day, whether that be a planner, up on your wall, on your desk. For me, it would be practice daily or keep going. Or for me in my life right now, it would be answer all your emails every day. The second tip I have is to talk to people that are close to you and really tell them what's going on, because believe it or not, the closest people in your life will always want to be there to help you, and that's something that I actually had to learn. But those people are in your life for a reason, and they're the people that you trust the most. So talk to them when you need to, and this could be sending a quick email, a text, or if you're living away from home, just calling your parents. That always makes my heart very happy and helps me feel much more motivated. It doesn't have to be about anything in particular. They just brighten my day. My third tip is to study up on whatever it is you're doing. So for example, if it's YouTube, watch your favorite YouTubers, or find out about open events in your area, or go to conferences. Lots of different things like that can help add to your knowledge on the subject, and in turn, that will really help you accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. The final tips I have is for when the big day comes. For me, that was really specific. It was an audition day. But for someone in another field, like in sports, it could be a big game. Or in the business world, it could be a really important meeting. It's so important to eat things that your body's familiar with and you know is not going to cause you any irritations or make you feel uncomfortable. This will also keep your body's routine in check. So if you're the type of person that has a cup of tea every morning, have that cup of tea. My next tip is to be comfortable. Do a beauty and skincare routine that you know you're going to be comfortable with. And wear clothes that make you feel confident and ready for whatever it is you need to do that day. It's also so important to take time that day to breathe. Ooh, that's a scary one for me. When I'm focused, I don't like stopping. It's very hard. But sometimes you just need a second to think. And remind yourself of all of those things you did to prepare you to this point. Who knew that just taking time would be just as important as filling your time? And my final tip is to be positive. This is a tricky one and one that I would like to do an entire video on because it's something that's very important to me. And being positive no matter what the outcome is. Because even if the outcome is not what you expected, everything happens for a reason. And if you don't get the initial results that you wanted, let that fire you to keep going, and I guarantee that it will happen. Maybe not in the exact way that you expected, but it will. Those are all of the tips that I have, but before I go, I want to encourage all of you to share your own Be Unstoppable moments. I want to hear what you've accomplished or difficult hurdles that you jumped over, and you can post them on any of your social media platforms. It could be Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, and all using the hashtag #BeUnstoppable. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see all of your unstoppable moments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!